Good day, everyone. My name is Renami Binoflor. I am the next reporter, and my topic for today is all about the 10 commandments of teachers, cyber citizenship, and personal safety and threats. The 10 commandments of teachers, cyber citizenship. Misuse and abuse of technology may also happen in schools, involving teachers with their students, colleagues, and others. Here are some following reminders to teachers regarding to the use of media tools. 1. Thou shalt not post any personal matter, confidential information, and obscene pictures, messages online that can be accessed by students and parents. It says protect privacy. So the teacher don't share personal, private, or inappropriate content online where student and parents can see. Next, thou shalt not respond or thread to any personal message created by students online other than those school related. It means the teacher must have professional communication. Only respond to students' online messages that related to school only. Number 3, thou shalt not lend or let students access your phone. It means you must keep your phone secure. Don't let your student use your. Next, thou shalt not give your email password to students. What does it mean? So the teacher must protect their password and don't share they don't need share their password to their students. Number 5, thou shalt not use concepts and information from the text and references without the author's citation. It means in the 10 Commandments, the 5 is cite your sources. It means always give credit to authors when using their work. Number 6, thou shalt not post to any social media account for whatever purposes the pictures of students without their parents' consent. So it means obtain concept for photos. Don't post students online without their permission from their parents. Next, 7. Thou shalt not express sentiments, disappointments, and disagreements against superior, colleagues, students, and their parents using their social media account. It means the teacher must maintain professionalism. Don't post negative comment about colleagues, parents, and students on social media. Next, thou shalt not use data from internet sources and any documents like lesson plan, researches, and requirements without the consent of the author. It means give permission to the use data online. Don't use information online or from internet without author's permission in school. Next, number 9. Thou shalt not give up any personal data or others' information to anyone unless for specific purposes and given the consent. It means protect personal information. Don't share personal information unless it is necessary and have a permission. The last one, thou shalt not post any student data publicly online including academic rankings, school records, class output, and recorded of grades. So, the student must have data privacy. So, the teacher don't post student information online of a student like grades and records. Next is internet safety. Internet safety, online safety, or cyber safety means trying to be safe on the internet. It is maximizing the user's personal safety and security risks to private information and property associated with using the internet, including self-protection from computer crime as the number of internet users continues to grow worldwide. Issues and concerns also continue to exist. So as a student, teacher, we must have a safety, staying safe online so that will protect the information or our information and property from the risk. Next is the information security. Sensitive information such as personal information, identity, and password are often associated with personal property and privacy and may present security concerns if unauthorized access and usage of private information may result in consequences such as identity and property theft. What does it mean? It means by protecting sensitive personal information like password so that we can prevent theft and misuse. Here are some common causes of information security breaches include: number 1, phishing. It is a common type of scam of which the scammers disguise as a trustworthy sources in an attempt to obtain private information such as password, credit card information, and etc. through the use of fake websites that look identical and legitimate. It means it is tricking users into giving up private information like password, credit cards, and others by using via fake website and emails. Next, internet scams. These are scams that deceive the users in various ways in an attempt to take advantage of them. It means uh, it means the scammers is taking advantages to the victim. Next is malware. It is a malicious software, particularly spyware, disguised to collect and transmit private information such as password without the user's consent or knowledge, of which it is impossible to determine whether a file is infected. It means malware is malicious software secretly stealing information like the password without user's knowledge or user's consent. And now, let's talk about the personal safety and threats. The growth of the internet give rise to many important services accessible to anyone with connection, such as digital communication. While it allows communication with others, it is also being grabbed by malicious users for bad intent. The following are common threats to personal safety. We have here the cyber stalking. It is the use of the internet or other electronic. It means to stalk or harass an individual, group, or organization through false accusations, defamation, slander, and libel, intentional monitoring, identity thefts, threats, vandalism, solicitation for sex, or gathering information that may be used to threaten or embarrass or harass the victim. It is the cyber stalking. It is all about harassing someone online through threats and false accusation. Next is the cyberbullying. Cyberbullying, it is the use of electronic means such as instant messaging, social media, email, and other forms of online communication with the intent to abuse, intimidate, or overpower an individual or group. It says that cyberbullying is bullying someone online through electronic communication. Number 3, online predation. It is the act of engaging an underage minor into an inappropriate sexual relationship through the internet Online predators may attempt to initiate and seduce minors into relationship through the use of chat rooms or internet forums. The behavior characteristics are categorized into three groups. The A is manipulative, typical a child molester. B, the opportunist, a typical a rapist. And C, coercive, being a mixture of both rapists and child molesters. It means the obscene and offensive content is encountering upsetting or explicit material online. And the last one is the sextortion. It is the use of webcams for flirting and cyber sex. Often involves a cyber criminal posing as someone else, such as an attractive person, initiating communication of a sexual nature with the victim. The video is recorded by the cybercriminal to demand money or other services, threaten to publicly release the video and send to the family members and friends of the victim if they do not comply. So the sextortion is all about being blackmailed the victim online with a secretly recorded video. So by the secretly recorded video, they can blackmail the victim. So they use those evidence to get what they want to the victim. And that's all.